very part of the font, just for the font, it's exact same, everything else is exactly the same, except for the font. And she said, I can't read it. Okay. And Ellen would be like, what are you doing? Why are you doing it? Well, you guys only have like, you're trying to hide. We're trying to
Okay.
So I compromised. I put the font, the one that was fancier, and put it at, like, just put my name in that font at the top. And it's like a new Gothic or something. And then everything else was super easy. And then she was like, why did this be great resume? I would hire you for a second. And so
That's how good the resume was. She can hear you. She can read this.
yeah. You stand right there.
10 seconds.
Good.
Oh, you got close. Here we go. 3, 2, and 1.
Taking a live look at Boulder Mountain this morning. Looks snow on the ground out there. It's pretty well fog as well. Some of the Sierras get a little bit of snow showers too.
And here it snows Friday, a lot of people get just 11%. I guarantee you that. Statistics show that 40% of a hiring decision is based on personality, so it's important to get to the interview stage.
You can't get to the interview without a strong resume. Joe Cockrell from Brown University. He's here with suggestions how to make resumes stand out. I used to be a news director. Stop it. I know.
That's the person that hires.
Horrible.
For the department.
But I would get, for a crappy job in this little tiny town in Alabama, like 400 resumes. And they would have the font so small I couldn't read them. I would just go ahead and read them out. I wouldn't have to look at the tape.
That's right. I mean, just like it's about weeding resumes out, so to go through and look for the ones that that stand out in positive ways.
In positive ways, which means you want to rule out the things that are standing out in negative ways. So we got some tips here for you. There's a couple of bullet points. Number one, it has to be simple.
Yes, keep it simple. Your resume should be less than 2 pages, and it should read at a 12th grade level. Basically, your resume needs to speak about who you are and what you do in a succinct way. So keep it simple, make it under 2 pages, because anything more than that is just obnoxious.
And by avoid being fancy, what do you mean? Don't be fancy.
You know, there are lots of fonts now out on all the different word processing programs, and it's tempting to use a novelty font like Comic Sans or one of those fun ones. But keep it simple to one of the more traditional fonts, like Times New Roman, because that makes it easier to read. And make sure that you're using a font size that's around between 9 and 12. Yeah, you don't want to use those novelty fonts for your resume. You want to use black. You don't use colors.
Okay.
You want to keep it simple that way.
Keep it fancy.
Yes.
Right. You shouldn't put any personal information on them. You want probably your phone number.
Right. I know that if, let's say you're married and you have 3 kids and that
kind of stuff.
Yeah, you want to keep that off your resume. While you might think, oh, this will prove that I'm stable, I'm married, and I'm a family person. But employers are not looking for that. They're looking for your career skills and your qualifications. Leave your personal information.
Hobbies. Do you remember the day people would put hobbies on there? Oh, I like to ski and scrapbook and.
Right. You know, if your resume is a little light, you may your extracurricular activities in college, for example, you can use those. But list how those helped you build skills. So, like if I was in the
president
yearbook,
of the whatever.
Yeah, if you were on the yearbook staff, you learned writing skills or photography, things like that. So it is okay to use hobbies and things like that, but only if they're relevant to your job search.
How far back do you go back with this stuff? Because I know that's something people wrestle with.
Right, well, so keep in mind you've got 2 years, or 2 pages, right? So if you've been working as a professional for 35 years, you probably just want to go back to probably the last 10. For someone who's just getting started in their career, they want to list everything. So if you're graduating from college this May, you'll want to put everything, even high school employment, like if you worked at a Taco Bell. You want to make sure that you list that because it shows that you have responsibility, you helped out a job, and that's important for people who are just getting started.
I like this because they trick people.
And they're very commonly used. And it is specific to your industry. There may be keywords that you use for your specific industry as well. So make sure you're incorporating that.
And what? No photo on your resume?
Yes, you're looking for a job, not a date.
Well, you don't know. I mean, people.
Well, I guess if you're no, keep your photo off your resume, unless there's very, very few circumstances where it would be appropriate. Like if you're looking to get a job in TV news, where your look is part of the qualifications, that certainly is true. But for the rest of us, common Joes, keep the photo off. And it's important to remember that HR people live in a world of regulations, and there are a lot of laws about discrimination.
Right.
And you can get disqualified just by putting your picture on your resume because it shows what ethnicity you are.
And in that way, they were prevented from, they just said, we just disqualified you because there was a picture. It didn't even matter what it was of.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah, don't get weeded out before you get a chance to get weeded out.
That's right.
Exactly. You want to use your resume to get that interview, and so make sure it's rock solid.
Cool, and you got a big job fair that's coming up tomorrow from 9 a.m. to noon. We saw that
Yes.
at Martha Riley Library in Roseville.
Correct.
So you want to come and check it out, dress to impress, bring your resumes with you. And
Yes,
see
we have
what people
resume
think.
review. If you need help, we've got people there that'll look at it for you.
I love that. It was great advice too we've learned. Thanks, Joe. Joe
Thank
Cockrell
you.
with Redmond University.
Good to see you, man, good to see you.
Well, you a bride to be on a budget, due at 9. Thrift Town is here for a little bit of cost cutting to help ease the burden of your big day.
Plus,